Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going through my August favorites, and this is technically my last video that I'm going to be filming in this setup. I'm going to be doing a full remodel of my beauty room. We are going to be repainting. It's something I've needed to do for a very long time. We have reached the moment. I am so excited, and I'm going to be vlogging the entire experience, and by the time you guys see this video, hopefully I'll have 1 or 2 vlogs up, hopefully at least 1 vlog up, so you guys can see the beginning of it and kind of share my vision along the process. So this will be my last video filming with this setup, and it's been a long time coming. So before we get into my August favorites, this video is kindly sponsored by SKILLSHARE. SKILLSHARE has been a partner of mine for a couple of months now. I really appreciate SKILLSHARE for supporting my channel. If you guys have never heard of SKILLSHARE, they are definitely a platform I never knew I needed. I've learned so many new things since I have been a member of SKILLSHARE. I am slowly learning how to use the Final Cut Pro program. I've also taken courses on photography, and I'm actually now taking courses on how to kind of arrange this room. There are over 30,000 different classes to choose from. It doesn't matter what you're interested in, there's probably a video on SKILLSHARE giving you step-by-step instructions on anything that you're interested in, from artistry, from gardening, to cooking, to decorating like I'm going to do. I mean, the list is endless. I have already been on the SKILLSHARE platform looking for ideas for like DIY projects and stuff to revamp this room, and I'm just excited. It's going to be such a fun journey. If you guys are interested in SKILLSHARE, they are offering the first 1,000 people to click the link in the description box down below a 1-month free membership. So you can try it out, see if you like it, and see if it's something you're going to get use out of. I always like it when companies offer free trials because you want to make sure it's something you're going to use before you actually commit to it. So I appreciate SKILLSHARE in offering that to my followers. So thank you to SKILLSHARE for sponsoring this video. Let's go ahead and jump into my August favorite. Let's first talk about one of my favorite fragrances that I'm obsessed with for my home. It's actually from Bath & Body Works. This is actually an empty one. I need to go get more, but this is the fragrance Eucalyptus Mint, and it smells so clean. I'm kind of obsessed with the smell of it. I have these all over my house. They're just the little plugins. I have them all over my house, and every plugin has the Eucalyptus Mint inside of it because I'm just obsessed with the scent. I even went ahead and picked up 2 of the candles in this scent. It just smells so fresh and clean. Like, I love the smell of clean, and I love the eucalyptus scent in here, and then it's got that hint of mint. Everybody that comes to my house, they're always asking, what scent is that? Like, what smells so good in here? It smells so clean. Did you just get done cleaning? Like, I get asked that all the time, and it's just this from Bath & Body Works. The next time you guys pop into Bath & Body Works, check out the scent. It's an old scent. It's been around for a long time, but I just discovered it, and I'm obsessed with it. It's so yummy, and I might have talked about that in July's video. Thinking back, I might have. If I've already talked about it, then, you know, you get to hear about it twice because it's just such a good scent. Let's talk about the foundation that I'm absolutely obsessed with. This Valentino, Very Valentino foundation is Balm.com. I'm wearing it right now, and I love this foundation. I love how dependable it is. I love how long lasting it is. I've just, ever since I started wearing it, I've just been obsessed with it. I've already bought a lighter shade because this is definitely a summer shade. So I've already bought a lighter shade to start wearing, you know, for the winter and like fall and winter coming. I did do a full review on it, and I'm still loving it. From the day I wore it, I've just loved this foundation. I love the way that it looks. I love the way that it lasts. It looks like skin, but it also kind of dries and kind of sets down, but in a very, very natural way. It's a really natural satin matte finish where it gives you the long-lasting benefits of a matte foundation, but it looks really natural and really beautiful. And the way that it kind of melts into the skin, oh, gives you really nice medium coverage. You could probably build it to a full, but I don't really like building it to a full, to be honest. So I'm obsessed with it. I think it's a great foundation. So let's talk about this concealer. I just recently uploaded my review of this concealer, but I reviewed this like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's been a while ago since I filmed that video. In fact, I think I did my check-ins and stuff for both of these on the same day, but this concealer is so beautiful on the under eyes. And it lays so natural, but you get great coverage and it dries and sets down. So for those of you that don't like to powder your under eyes, this is a fantastic concealer because it kind of just goes over the wrinkles, lays very beautifully. It doesn't emphasize the wrinkles in any way. And you don't have to set it with powder because of the way that it dries and sets down, you just don't need it. This concealer is fantastic. Patrick Starr created this. This is in the 1 size. The other product that I absolutely love from his brand, Patrick Starr's brand 1 size, is the melting makeup, the makeup melt off stuff. I'll put a picture of it right up in their screen because I can't remember what it's called, but it's in a spray can and I just kind of spray my face and then I kind of let it sit there for a second and then I go in with a makeup wipe or my makeup eraser, washcloth, and wipe it all off and my makeup's gone. And I used to use balms, like I loved the Clinique Take the Day Off, that balm. I used to go in and kind of stick my nails down in there, which I didn't really like that, and I'd go in and, you know, really scrub my makeup off, but this kind of does all the work for me. Like I don't have to stick my fingers down in there and get stuff gunked up underneath my nails and like, oh, it's just a great product. I highly recommend that. So I've been in love with this. I've heard great things about his powder foundation, so I might pick that up. I might pick it up and try it, but for now, the concealer, so good. The next product we have is from Mr. Wayne Goss. I have been loving this Pearl palette. I've been on the go so much with my daughter moving out, and I have taken so many trips down to her apartment. I'm like, I've hardly been home. I'm gonna be honest, I've hardly been home. And this type of palette, and the next one I'm gonna talk about, this is the palette that I'll reach for. Hurry and throw something on, go out the door, and I'm ready. I'm good. And like my makeup's really soft, really pretty, kind of effortless, but I still have something on. These are just those everyday beautiful, beautiful shadows. And I really, really love this palette. I think out of all of his palettes so far, this one is definitely my favorite. The more that I keep using it, the more I am falling in love with it. I think it's a great, great palette. The other one is the Vanity Makeup. You guys, I am actually wearing that right now in my eyes, and I love this palette. And I also love these shades right here. Like, I did my face makeup before I went in with these, and I didn't get any fallout. Now, I was a little more careful, yes, but I did use my finger, and then I kind of went in the inner corners with a brush to kind of make sure I got the inner corners, but this is just one of those easy everyday palettes, and I'm loving these shades right here. They're so beautiful the way that they apply, and the way that she created the formula. They don't get hard panned, but yet they're not super chunky. Like, this is like the perfect formula for that crushed pearl diamond type of look. I love these pigments. She did a phenomenal job. The mattes blend beautifully. I'm still really loving this palette. I've been using it nonstop since I reviewed it, and I love it. It is a very pricey palette, so if it's not something that you need in your collection, I would not recommend running out and grabbing it because it is very, very pricey. But for me, now that I have it, I've just been loving it. And I've also had a lot of people, you know, go back to my review and comment saying that they're loving the palette as well. So I personally love it. I think it's a great palette. Okay, let's talk about a few products for my skin. So as many of you guys know, I am like a dry skin nut person. I cannot stand it when my skin gets dry. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine where I just don't like the look of my skin when it's dry. I don't like the feel of it. Oh, drives me crazy. So my husband and I actually put in a water softener. I know. We're both loving it. Absolutely loving it. In fact, I got the idea from one of Michelle Wong's vlogs. You know how if you guys watch Michelle Wong, she's been putting up a lot of vlogs recently, and she talked about when she moved into her new home, they put in a water softener. And in the vlog, she was like, I am just loving how smooth and soft my skin feels. and they live in Vegas, which, don't get me wrong, Vegas is much hotter than Utah, but right now we're in dry heat as well, even though it's not as hot as it is in Vegas, but it's still dry heat. And my husband and I are just like so over this whole dry skin craziness. So we went ahead and put in a water softener. By the way, we are loving it. So thank you to Michelle for, you know, I don't know. I've always known about water softeners, but I finally just, after her talking about it, I just bit the bullet and did it. And I'm so grateful. I've also been using these two products. I picked these up at Ulta. So this is from Osea. Ooh. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Hold on. Google says that this is pronounced Osea. I'm not sure. It just is O and then C. So it could be Osea or I don't know, you guys. I have no idea. But I picked this up at Ulta. This is called the Anti-Aging Body Balm. You guys, I love this stuff. Okay, so what I do is I put a little teeny bit. Now this makes you shiny. So if you don't like super shiny, like glycerin type of products, you will not like this. I put this on before I go to bed and oh my gosh, I wake up in the morning and my skin feels so much more hydrated. I love this stuff and I have been kind of mixing it in with my lotion. So I'll put some lotion in my hand and then I'll mix like a drop of this into the lotion and then kind of put it on. It is so good and my skin feels so soft. It was highly rated on the Ulta website and I can totally see why. It's a liquid body balm that combines the long-lasting hydration of a lotion and the anti-aging benefits of a serum. So it softens and improves the appearance of skin elasticity, firms and tightens skin. Yeah, it is so good. You guys, this is so good. The other one that I picked up is from LOLI. So this is called the Chia Carrot Brulee. And this is a revitalizing all over balm. This is like straight up made out of carrots. Now you can kind of see what it looks like down inside there. And I kind of keep this on just to keep it so it doesn't get messy. But this is a balm and this will turn your clothes orange. So don't wear it with white. You get in the tub or something and you're soaking at night and you get out of the tub, put this on and then you can put your pajamas on and go to bed. But I wouldn't recommend putting this on and then like getting dressed, especially if you're wearing white. But this kind of has a essential oil fragrance to it. I'll put the ingredients here at the bottom of the screen, but this says to apply on clean, damp skin, massage onto the face or body to rejuvenate normal, stressed, or extremely dry skin. So yes, I put this on immediately after I get out of the tub. Like I'll wrap the towel around my body and then I'll go over to my sink and I'll drop the towel and I'll put this on while my skin is damp. And the water, the dampness of the water on your skin allows this to kind of absorb. And I love this too. Now this one has a very strong fragrance. Smells like essential oils. This one doesn't quite smell as strong as this one. But if you have extremely dry skin, let's just say that you have extremely dry feet, put these on, one of these. You don't need both. I was just testing both of them out to see which one I liked more. But I would say I like them equally. I think these are both great. So depending on what you're wanting it for, but like if you have like cracked elbows, you have really dry feet, put this on, put your socks on, sleep all night. Within a week, you're going to see a difference. Like these are both really, really good. I've been really enjoying the body balms. Like they have really helped to allow my skin to look a little bit more youthful, along with lotion and the softener and all of that. But I had to share those because I've been really loving it. The other product that I'm kind of obsessed with, well, I can't say kind of. I am absolutely unequivocally obsessed with this new product from Tatcha. So this is called the Indigo Overnight Repair. So typically I use the Tatcha Dewy Scream. Really? The Tatcha Dewy Cream. I love that stuff. It's one of my favorites. I use it every night. I like to go to bed as a grease ball. I do, especially because we have such a dry climate. By the time I wake up, it's not as greasy as it was when you went to bed, right? So I was curious in trying this. I was just almost out of the Dewy Cream. So I thought, well, I'll try this because I do love Tatcha's creams. They're one of my favorites. Oh my gosh. So it says on the back, it says it's a serum in a cream. That's exactly what it is. This is more like a serum and not necessarily a cream that you're used to. This is a serum that goes onto the skin, and I feel like the skin absorbs this more than a cream. Like, I feel like the cream kind of sits on top of the skin, which I'm fine with because, I mean, you know, again, I like to go to bed as a grease ball, but this serum, I feel like my skin is absorbing it. I am so impressed with this. I've been using it for about 2 weeks, so I'll keep you guys updated. But so far, it hasn't broke me out, which I normally never break out from Tatcha products. But you never know. You never know. With adult acne, you never know what's going to break you out. This, so good. Like, absolutely perfection. The other product I want to talk about is from, now I've only had this for about maybe 2 weeks-ish. And you can still see the embossing, which is pretty incredible. So this is from YSL. This is the Tatcha Clot 3D All Over Glow Powder. Now, I picked this up in the shade Universal. This was recommended by Lisa from Lisa D1. Now, she always recommends great stuff. I don't know if you guys watch her. She's got a fantastic channel. If you guys have not seen her, I will link her channel in the description box. Lisa is fantastic. And normally every single time she's in love with something, I end up loving it. So this has been on the list. I've heard her talk about it a few times. And she recently brought it up, I would say maybe a month ago or so, and I went ahead and picked it up. Love this. Now, this is for those that likes a glow. This kind of reminds me of the ambient powders from Hourglass in such a beautiful way. So what I've been doing is I'll put on my translucent setting powder, and then with the same brush, I'll go in and grab a little bit of it, tap off, and then I'll just kind of put it all over the face, and it gives the skin such a soft, like subtle glow. It's so pretty, and it's not too strong of a glow. So it's not one of those powders that you're gonna see that, oh, I have a glow. Like this is not normal. This is a very natural glow. The key is not to use very much. So when I first got it, I accidentally went in a little bit heavy with it. So don't go in heavy with it. This is not a finishing powder. So I wouldn't apply this like a finishing powder. Well, maybe they're classifying it as a finishing powder, but for me, it would be too much glow to apply heavy-handed. So if you're somebody that applies your finishing powder a little bit heavy-handed, don't do that with this. This is like the lightest application, just like the ambient powders from Hourglass. The difference between this and the Hourglass ambient powders is, you know how if you use the ambient powders, if you get too much, it'll kind of like give you like a gray tone. I don't know if that happens to anybody. It might be because my skin's so warm that if I use it too much, or if I get heavy-handed with the ambient glow powders from Hourglass, they'll kind of turn my skin a little bit gray. And then I always remind it as like the glazed donut cheeks. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? This doesn't give me the glazed donut look. The ambient powders can look like a glazed donut. This doesn't. And I've also tried a lot of glow powders in the loose form. Like Lancome has a really good one. I think it's called the Absolute powders. But I get too much, and I just don't like it to be too much on the skin. This is like the perfect application. It's like the perfect amount. It's not too much, gives the skin a little bit of a glow, but it doesn't overwhelm the skin with so much glow to where it looks fake and false. That, in my opinion, is what makes this product different. So Lisa, thank you for the recommendation on this. You nailed it. Once again, it is just fantastic. Yeah, so that's it for my August favorites. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Again, the first 1,000 people that click the link in the description box will get their first month free, a free trial to try it out and see if they like it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in this video. I am excited to take you guys along the vlogging journey with me. I won't be reviewing anything for a minute. It's going to be all about vlogging, and I'm kind of excited about it because I've never vlogged, so this is going to be a new journey for me as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I love you all so much, and the next time you guys see me behind this camera reviewing makeup, it will be in my new setup, which... oh, like I just want to blink. Like I want to be that like I dream of genie and just kind of like blink and have everything done. Like, oh, anyway, that's it. I love you guys so much and I will see you all in my next video. Love you. Bye.